Hello everyone. The last class we started with the concept of what is a sequence, and then we followed it up with the types of sequences, and we just started it, right? So first, let us discuss the basic sequence questions. I asked you all to do the exercise 6.1. Okay. So the first thing is sequence. Give an example of a sequence which is not a progression. Okay. In sequence, what happens is all the setup a set of numbers that follows a definite order according to a rule or a pattern. But if that can be written with the help of an explicit formula, like an is n squared or an is 2n plus 1, if I can form a formula for that, then it is known as a progression. And if I can't write a formula for that, it's just a pattern, use your common sense part, then it is a sequence. So it says that give an example of a sequence which is give an example of a sequence which is not a progression. For example, if I write a Fibonacci sequence, or no, that can be written with the help of a formula. Say 2, 3 plus 2, 5, then plus 2, 7, then 11, plus 2, 13. Okay. Then if I have 17 and so on. So what happens here? 2 and 3 are consecutive. Here I've added 2. Yes. Then in this case, I've added 4. Here I have added 4. Yes. So it is a pattern. Again, I can say that, okay, after 17, this is going to come. So it is a sequence, but I can't write this with the help of a formula. So it's not a progression. Second, it's already given A1 is 2. Second term is 3 plus A1. So automatically it will be 3 plus 2, 5. Then AN is twice of the previous term minus 1. So if I put here n equal to 3, A3 will be twice. 3 minus 1, 2 minus 1. 2 times 5 minus 1, that makes it 9. If I, what do we want to find? Up to 4 terms. So I take n equal to 4. A4, again putting it in the same formula. A4 will be twice A, 4 minus 1, 3 minus 1. What is A3? 9. Answer would be 17. Yes? Does it match? Okay. Next, question number 3. It asks us to find the first 5 terms. For example, if I talk about the fourth one, an, n square plus 1 upon 2n minus 3. What we want to find out are the first 5 terms. That is a1 to a5. So we'll put the values from n equal to 1 till n equal to 5. So n equal 1, I'll have a1, 1 square plus 1, 2 minus 3. Answer minus 2. I put n equal to 2. I'll have a2, 2 square plus 1, 5. 2 into 2 minus 3 is 1. So 5 by 1, 5. I put n equal to 3. A3. 3 square plus 1. 2 times 3 minus 3. So 10 by 3. I put n equal to 4. A4. 4 square plus 1. 2 times 4 minus 3. 17 by 5. And n equal to 5. That is A5. 5 square plus 1 upon 2 into 5 minus 3. 26 by 7. Same goes with the first stage. Just put the values from n equal to 1 to n equal to 5. Yes. Same question number 4. We just want to find out the indicated term. Second one, an minus 1 to the power n minus 1 n cube. And what we want to find is A9. A9 means instead of n, we need to put 9. So minus 1 power 9 minus 1, 8, 9 cube. Minus 1 power 8 is plus 1. And 9 cube will be 729. Yes. Question number 5. If we see the second one, we want to find out the first 5 terms. It is given that A1 is 3, AN thrice AN minus 1 plus 2. If I put here n equal to 2, A2 thrice A1 plus 2. 3 3s are 9 plus 2, 11. I can put the value of A1 here. Putting in the same equation, n equal to 3. A3 thrice 3 minus 1, 2 plus 2. So thrice of 11 plus 2, answer is 35. N equals to 4. A4 thrice 4 minus 1, 3 plus 2. So 35 into 3, 105 plus 2, 107. And n equal to 5. A5 3 times A5 plus 2. Answer would be 321 plus 2, 323. Now, if you read the question, if they would have asked us to write the sequence, okay, if they would have told us that write the sequence, then I would have written 3, 11, 35, 107, 323. But they did not ask us that. They asked us to write the series. So in this case, I need to write them in addition format. This is my series. There's a difference. Sequence is when I'm just stating the individual terms. Series is when I write them in the summation sum. Done? Next. Question number 6. Okay. In 6, what they've written as, I haven't taught you that. Okay. That's will hold for now. Question number 7, let's complete. I'll come back to 6. The first term of a sequence is 1. And the n plus 1th term is obtained by adding n plus 1 to the nth term. This is what they have told us. Agreed? So we want to find out the 6th term. But this is a recursive relation. To find the 6th term, we need to know the previous term. So even though they haven't asked us to find out the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I have to. Because otherwise I can't find the 6th term. So here if I put n equal to 1, A2, answer would be 3. Let's put n equal to 2 plus 1, 3. 2 plus 1 plus A2. Answer would be 6. N equal to 3. A4. 3 plus 1 plus A3. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 6, 10. N equal 4. A5. 4 plus 1 plus A4. This will be 15. N equal 5. 6. 5 plus 1 plus A5. 6 plus 15, 21. Agreed? So our 6th term is 21. Any problem till here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let's carry on. Then we talked about the sequence. I'll come back to the 6th question. We talked about the sequence AP. What is an AP? When do we say that a given set of numbers are in AP? If the consecutive terms have the same difference. Agreed? So question is AN, n minus 3 by 4. First, check whether this sequence is an AP or not. Whether this sequence is an AP or not. How are we supposed to do that? We'll first find out first term, second term, third term. If the common difference is same, then yes, otherwise no. Find the first 3 terms. Find the first three terms. N equal 1, A1 minus 2 by 4 minus 1 by 2. N equal to 2 minus 3 by 4 minus 1 by 4. N equal 3. 3 minus 3 by 4, that is 0. So, second term minus first term, minus 1 by 4, minus of minus 1 by 2. Answer is plus 1 by 4. Then third term minus second term, 0 minus of minus 1 by 4, that is plus 1 by 4. Same. So, since A3 minus A2 is same as A2 minus A1, it is an AP. Till here, any doubt? Is it okay? Now, the first term. What is our first term here? What is the first term?
Minus 1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 2. And what's the common difference?
1 by 4.
Now, we talked about one formula. What was the formula for the nth term or the general term? We had a plus n minus 1 into d. Find the 20th term. Find the 20th term. Find the 20th term. So A20 is a plus 19d minus half plus 19 into 1 by 4 LCM. Answer is 17 by 4. Everybody, question. Okay. Suppose that right now when we are counting, we count from the left side, first term, then the second term, then the third term. But if they ask us that from the end, you give me the second term. The counting doesn't start from the end. So we need to count from the beginning. So if they ever ask us that from the end, you count the third or the fourth or the 10th term, then what we'll do is we'll reverse the sequence. Yes. So find the 15th term from the end of the sequence. 7, 10, 130. So from 130, I want to count and come to the 10th term, right? So let us make 130 to be the beginning so that we can use the same formula here. So here when we are reversing the sequence, let us consider, always write the first term and the last term. 130 comes to the front, 7 goes to the back. Near to 7, we need to write 10. This is how you make sure that you have written correctly. In this case, A is
130
and common difference
minus 3.
every term subtracted with the preceding term. So we wanted the 15th term. What is the formula for 15th term?
A plus 14D.
Put the values. A 130, 14, D is minus 3. So 130 minus 42. Answer? Answer? 88. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now imagine if there are, say, 5 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Which one is the middle term? The third one. So 5 now. 2 went here, 2 went here. 4 gone. The third one is in the middle. If the number of terms would have been 11, 5 here, 5 here, 6. Basically 11 by 2 is 5.5. The one next, 6. If the number of terms would have been 51, 51 by 2, 25.5. The next one, 26. But if the number of terms are 4, then there is no one single middle term. Both the second and the third term are in the middle. If there are 10 terms, fifth and sixth are the middle. If there are 50 terms, 25th and 26th, both are the middle. If there are 100 terms, 50 and 51 would be the middle. Agree? So now I want you all to find the middle term. But in order to find the middle term, you need to know how many terms are there. N. Because if n comes out to be 12, then what will be my middle terms? 6 and 7, I'll find both of them. But if the number of terms n comes out to be 12, n comes out to be 13, in that case, what is my middle term? 7th term. Yes, then I only need to find a7. So in order to find middle term or terms, I first need to know what is your n. Question. Find the middle terms of middle term or terms of first sequence 5, 8, 11, 95. What is the first thing we need to find? No, n. Not an, n. Number of terms. Guys, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. A is 5. Common difference 8 minus 5, 3. A n 95. A plus n minus 1d is 95. Any random term you can take here. N is any random term. 5 plus n minus 1 into 3. N minus 1 into 3, 90. N minus 1, 30. So n will be 31. So there are 31 terms. Odd. Odd. So how many will be the middle term? Only one. And which one will that be? Which one will be the middle term? Which one
61.
will the, sorry?
Uh,
The
16.
16th term. 31 by 2 is 15.5. The next one. Find out A16. We have to find out the middle term. What is the middle term then? A plus 15d. A is 5. 15. D is 3. Answer. 50. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Question. Middle term of 20, 16, 12 minus 176. Well, okay. So in this case, what's my first term?
20
20. Common difference
Minus 4.
minus 4.
minus 4. So minus 176 is basically our nth term. So from this, in order to get the middle term, we need to first find out what are the number of terms, right? So a plus n minus 1 d is minus 4. So 20 goes to the other side. That makes it minus 196. Divided by 4 becomes 49 and 50. So there are 50, that is even number of terms. So there will be two middle terms. What are those?
A25 and A26.
Very good. A25th and A26. That is A plus 24D. 20 plus 24 into minus 4, minus 76. A26, A plus 25D. We could have directly obtained from that also. Just adding minus 4. Becomes minus 80. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll move to a higher category. In all of these sums, both A and D were 100% given to us, right? Now we'll move on to questions where one of them will be missing. If out of A and D, one is missing, we only need one more condition, one variable, one equation. And using that, I can find the missing A or D. For example, question. The first term of the sequence is 5 and the seventh term is 12. What we need to find is the 20th term. But in order to find the 20th term, I also want the common difference which is missing. So in order to find D, we are already given a condition A7. Use that. A7 is 12. So A plus 6D, 12. A is 5. 6D, 7. So D is 7 upon 6. Any doubt?
No.
No,
Now,
ma'am.
what will be A20? A20 is A plus 19D. A is 5 plus 19 into 7 by 6. Yes? LCM 6. 5 6 are 30 plus 133. 163 by 6. Yes? Maybe it's not necessary to do it in decimal. Huh? Everybody clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now, two terms will be missing. Using the two conditions, we need to find out both A as well as D. Question. The fifth term is 12 and the 15th term is 32. Find A 40. So both A and D are missing. So in order to find both A and D, we need two equations. A5 is 12. A5 will be A plus 4D. A15 is 32. So A plus 14D. So I have two variable, I have two equation. Now I need to solve them to find A and D. The basic thing in AP is subtract. So subtracting both of them. Or using elimination. 10D is 20. So D will be 2. So we got D. Now in order to find A, we can use any one of the equation. One implies A plus 4D is 12. A 12 minus 8, that is 4. Any doubts? To find the 40th term, that is A plus 39D, 4 plus 39 into 2. Final answer, 82. Does anyone have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
This is where we stopped last class, right? So same thing will apply, but will apply in letters. Now the variables will come into play. So I'm sure that the logics will be in the dustbin now. Because as soon as letters come, instead of 4 and 24, you'll see P, you'll see Q. As soon as those come, you forget all the logic. Remember, if A and D are missing, we'll first form two equations like we did here. A plus 4D 12, A plus 14D 32. Subtract them or substitute, your A vanishes, you get the value of D. Once that is our first step. Form the equation, subtract and get D. Once you have got the value of D, substitute in any one of the equation to find A. Our priority, no matter what they ask us to find or what they ask us to prove, irrelevant of that, we need to find A and D. Once we get that, see, for that you need to have two equations. If you give me only one equation, I can't find that. Okay. Once I have the two equations, we'll use that to find whatever they have asked us to. Agree? So in AP, since usually in class 11, both AP and GP are there in your syllabus, what I've seen here is schools usually target GP because that's a newer concept. They expect that until 10 you have already done AP. So they don't give a majority of one high marker questions in AP in general. Okay. So I'm going to start with the tricks. There are certain tricks because AP is one of the most common chapter in entrances also. I'll teach you the tricks, and those tricks are basically your 5 marker questions. So we will do the verification or the proof of that also. That itself becomes our sum. Okay. Trick 1. Trick 1. Let me first explain with the help of an example. If in an AP, it is given that, please understand this. Say the fifth term is 17 and the 17th term is 5. Basically, or both the terms are giving the value of each other. Agree? Then the first option says A, what is 5 plus 1? Those are the two numbers we have used, 5th and 17th. 5 plus 17 is 22. So A22 will be 0. If I would have written A5 is 10, A10 is 5, then 10 plus 5 would have been 15. That term will be 0. The addition of those two straight. And if we want to find any random term, say A40, A100, A80, then sum of the two terms minus whatever we, right? So it will be 22 minus 40, that is minus 80. Understood? So this is example. What actually is the trick is? If pth term is Q, what do we mean by pth term is Q? AP will be equal to Q. Qth term and Qth term is P. That is AQ equal P. So it is same na, A5 17, A17 5. Then according to what we saw in the above example, which term will be 0? Which term will be 0?
AP plus.
Very good. The sum of them, AP plus Qth term will be 0. But if I want to find any random term R, what would that be?
P plus Q minus R.
Perfect. This becomes your 5-marker sum now. We have to prove this. So if it comes in MCQ straight market or assertion reasoning, you don't need to work out. But this same sum comes for a 5-marker. It's a 2 5-marker question. They may give you Pth term is Q, Qth term is P. Show that the P plus Qth term is 0. This is what? P plus Qth term, right? That is 0. That is what they will ask us. Or if Pth term is Q, Qth term is P, show that the Rth term will be P plus Q minus R. So this is basically 2 5-marker question. But in both the question, our first part is same. Is A and D given to us? Do we have A and D? No. 2 variables. Two equations, they have given us two equations. We'll first use those two equations, subtract them, A gets cancelled, we'll get the value of D, whatever we get. We'll substitute that value of D in any one of the equations, we'll get the value of A. Then whatever they have asked us to find, put the value in that string. Our first priority is finding A and D. Is it clear, everyone? Note down this and then we shall try to prove this. Please start the proof. Okay. So since A and D are missing, whenever we write the proof, we always mention what are the letters standing for. Let small a be the first term and D be the common difference. Given pth term equal Q. So the equation will be A plus P minus 1D equal Q. It says the qth term is P. A plus Q minus 1 into D will be P. So we have two equations to find A and D. Subtract them, A gets cancelled, we'll have the value of D. Subtract them, A gets cancelled, we'll get the value of D. Find D. Find D. A gets cancelled. P minus 1D minus Q minus 1D is Q minus P. Taking D common, P minus 1 minus Q plus 1. Taking minus common. So 1 gets cancelled. P minus 1, P minus Q into D is minus of P minus Q. P minus Q gets cancelled. So the value of D is minus 1. Is this part understood? Guys, is it understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now what is our game plan later? We'll substitute this value of D in any one of the equation, find A. See, understand first, guys. The letters P and Q were given in the question, right? They were already introduced. So my answer can be there in the form of P and Q. But small a and D were my introductions. Your answer cannot contain A and D. The letters that you assume in in any chapter, you can't give your answer in those letters. The letters that the question provides you, your answer can have those. But you cannot leave the answer with the letters that you assume in the middle of a sum. Agree? So now for the equation, substituting in 1, we get A plus P minus 1, D is minus 1. From here, we want to find the value of A. P plus Q minus 1. Understood? So we have A, we have D. As soon as we have that, 90% sum, 95% sum is done. Now we only need to substitute the values. So there can be two 5-marker questions from here. If they would have asked us to prove the P plus Qth term is 0, P plus nth term is An, Rth term is Ar, Pth term is Ap, P plus Qth term will be Ap plus Q. Put it in the formula A plus N. N is P plus Q here, minus 1 into T. Now substitute the value of A and D. A is P plus Q minus 1. D is minus 1. Everything gets cancelled, so 0. The P plus Qth term is 0. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
If they would have asked us to find the Rth term, what is Rth term? AR. AR will be A plus R minus 1D. Put the value. A is P plus Q minus 1. R minus 1. D is minus 1. Minus R plus 1. 1 gets cancelled. So it is P plus Q minus R. Agree? So no matter what they ask us to prove, the first part is same, find A and D. Once you get that 6, later on, once I introduce you to some of the term, I'll repeat this question again. I'll ask you to find something else. No problem. I got A and D. I'll just put it in the sum formula. I'll get that answer. So majority of the cases, the proof that doesn't matter. What matters is the given. From the given, you find your primary characteristic. In our case, it was A and D. And then whatever they asked us to find or prove, just substitute the value. Usually it doesn't matter what is your end. What only matters is where is the beginning. That will determine your journey. Agreed? Everyone? Guys, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Prick 2. Prick 2. Let me explain with the help of an example first. It says that, say, fifth term is 1 by 10. 10th term is 1 by 5. Same thing, but just the reciprocal of the values. Right? Then 5 into 10 is 15. 50. So A50 will be 1. A50 will be 1. Yes? Formula. If mth term is 1 by n, nth term is 1 by m, then m into nth term, product of them will be 1. So mth term means am, nth term means an, and mnth term is amn. Did you all understand? Because it will be written in the statement. The notations we need to write on our own. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Prove this. Same. Two equation, subtract, find A and D, and then put the value. Leave a line, huh? Prove. Again, let A be the first term and D be the common difference. Am is 1 upon n. A plus m minus 1d is 1 by n. Huh? So we need how many equations? Two equations, right? Then an is 1 by m. A plus n minus 1d is 1 upon m. Subtract. A gets cancelled. Take m minus 1d minus n minus 1d. 1 by n minus 1 by m. taking B common. LCM MN. 1 gets cancelled. M minus N cut. So D will be 1 by Mn. Any doubts? Put this value in any one of the equations. So A plus M minus 1D equal 1 by N. Putting the value of D here, 1 by Mn. Shifting it to the other side. LCM. M minus M plus 1. M gets cancelled. So we have got A and we have got D. Once we get A and D, we can find anything they ask us, right? Align, were you able to get the values of A and D? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, they asked us to find what? A, M, N. So A plus Mn minus 1 into D. Put the values of A and D. A 1 by Mn. D 1 by Mn. Taking LCM. 1 plus Mn minus 1. 1 gets cancelled. Mn by Mn. That makes it 1. So the mnth term is 1. Any doubt, guys?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So what was the trick? If the 10th term is 1 by 12, if the 12th term is 1 by 10, then 12 into 10, 1/20th term will be 1. Agree? But instead of this, if I would have asked you any other term, say first is the second, I would have asked you 100. Then it will be 100, the term that you want, divided by the product, 50. So the answer would have been 2. So here, rth term. This was the first thing. Second, rth term will be r by m. R by mn. So a rth term r upon mn. R upon mn. So same, we have already got a and d. Instead of mnth term, to put it in the rth term. It doesn't matter. Right? So here, first one was this. Second one, rth term, that is AR. AR is A plus R minus 1D. Yes? A 1 by Mn, R minus 1, D 1 by Mn. Take LCM. 1 gets cancelled. So it is R by M. Understood? Everybody understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So there are so many different tricks. There will be another. So here, if you remember, say both A and D were missing. So I gave you two equations which help us and facilitate the values of A and D. We use those A and D and substitute in whatever you ask me to prove or find, and I get my answer. Right? Now the next trick is I'll give you only one equation. If I give you only one equation, you can't find A and D. That is impossible. Two variable, two equation is what is necessary to find the missing variables. But if there are two missing variables and I'm giving you only one equation, you can't find the value. What you can have is A equal to 2D, A plus D equal to 0, A plus 5D equal to 0, something like that. An equation, right? Or a substituted value. Agree? So, the next trick says, trick 3. 10 times the 10th term is same as 14 times the 14th term. 10 times the 10th term is same as 14 times the 14th term. Then the sum of them, 10 plus 14 is 24. This term will be 0. There is only one thing from here we can get. Why? Because I can't find A and D. I can only find one relation. That relation only allows me this value. So, formula wise, if I say, if P times the pth term is same as Q times the qth term, then P plus qth term is 0. That is P times, that is P into pth term AP is same as Q into qth term. What we need to prove is A P plus Q is 0. A P plus Q is 0. Will you try? Please try. It's a little factorization in place. Try. Let's see. P into AP, Q into AQ. Pth term, A plus P minus 1D, Q into A plus Q minus 1D. Let's multiply. AP, P square minus PD, AQ, Q square minus QD, AP minus AQ, P square minus P into D, Q square minus Q into D is 0. I brought all the terms to one side. Now taking common. In the first two, taking A common. In the last two, taking D common. We'll use our factorization skills here. Taking A common, P minus Q. Taking D common, P square minus P minus Q square plus Q equals 0. Till here, does anyone have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Now what should I do? What should I do? Think.
P square minus Q square can be written as P plus Q into P minus Q.
Very good. This remains as it is. You're rearranging. P square minus Q square minus P plus Q. Then A, P minus Q. P square minus Q square can be written as P plus Q, P minus Q. In these two, taking minus common. Yes. Now, again taking P minus Q common. I'm left with P plus Q minus 1 into T. Is it understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, again, taking P minus Q common. Yes. Left with A plus P plus Q minus 1 into T equals 0. This P minus Q can be sent to the right side. 0 by anything is 0. What were we asked to prove? We were asked to prove A P plus Q equals 0. P plus Qth term. So nth term is A plus n minus 1 into D. Rth term is A plus R minus 1 into D. A P plus Q will be A plus P plus Q minus 1 into D, which is just type proof. So that doesn't mean, don't you think? This is 0. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? This is a little heavy sum because of the factorization. Okay? Guys, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are first in this category, the proof that ones. Okay. Now we move to another variety. Okay. It's a very famous sum. Everybody done? Now, see if my sequence is decreasing. Suppose it's 14. Common difference is 2. So it reduces to 12, then 10, then 8, 4, 6, 4, 2, 1, 2, 0, then minus 2. So since the sequence is decreasing, after a certain point of time, my terms will become negative. So what I want to find out is after how many terms will I see a minus sign, or which term will give me the first minus sign, right? So question, which term of the sequence (25), 24 1 by 4, 23 1 by 2 is the first negative term? So in this case, what we will do is we don't know which term. So we'll first find out the general term, random term, that is an. So get me an here. Everybody find an. Find an. A is 25. D will be 24 1 by 4 minus 25 97 by 4 minus 25. That is minus 3/4. An. A plus n minus 1d. 25 plus n minus 1. D is minus 3 by 4. LCM 100 minus 3n plus 3. 103 minus 3n by 4. Yes. So I got the general term. Now what I want to do is I want to find out when will I see the first negative sign. Agree? When will I see the first negative sign? That means for some value of n, an should be minus. For some value of n, an should be negative. So what I definitely want is an to be smaller than 0. Now, according to this, I'm going to find the value of small n. N is a natural number of terms. So an 103 minus 3n by 4 smaller than 0. Sending 4 to the other side. Less than 0 into 4, 0. 103 should be smaller than 3n. Dividing by 3. N should be greater than this. So 3 3s are 9, 4 3s are 12, 1 by 3. So n, number of terms, which always takes natural values, should be greater than 34 1/3. So it should be more than 34 point something. So if n is greater than 34 point something, then you will get negative numbers. So that means what? What is the first possible value of n? 35. So n is allowed to be what? 35, 36, 37, 38. All these terms will be what? Negative. So out of this, which one is the first negative term? 35th term. Therefore, n equal 35, 36, 37, and so on. So A35 is the first negative term. Did they ask us which? No, they asked us only which term, 35th term. Did they ask us to find the negative term? No, I won't find the value. If they would have, in addition to this, told us find the first negative term, I would have also found the value of A35. They only asked us which number term will be the first negative. So we got 35th term will be the first negative term. If they would have said which terms are negative, so 35, 36, 37, all the terms after from 35 will be negative. Clear? Everybody clear? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Try yourself. Exercise 6.2. Question number 1 to 15. That's your homework. We'll see you in the next session.